This is DJ's Wrong the Truth, giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. Shout out to everyone that reps New Media Nation United. It is a family, and we are ready to go today. Before I start on this topic, I want to show you guys something by Karl Anthony Towns and what he said about Anthony Edwards. Now, when I play this, you're going to understand why I'm about to go in.
Well, you know, like you said, I know how it is to be the number one pick too and come in and, you know, everyone, he has a mark on his back. You know, everyone is trying to find a way to show how they're better than Anthony Edwards because he's proven to be taken number one. And let me say also it was the right decision for us in this organization. I want to make that very clear. You know, I think, especially for me, I could see it with him too. He just wants to prove himself so bad that sometimes he gets caught up that he's not doing enough to prove his critics wrong. And I just keep telling him that every single day, if I know anything, especially being, you know, and having those kind of seasons where it doesn't matter about the points, it matters about how much you can affect winning on our team. And just, I always tell him every single game, be special. I never
I know the topic is, could Lonzo play with LaMelo Ball? Could it happen? Are they making a trade? I'm going to get into that. But I got to address this real quick. Karl Anthony Towns, for you to make up some type of people hating on Anthony Edwards has the luxury of playing without pressure. LaMelo Ball, he can't have a game where it's only below 15 points. If so, he's getting criticized. And for you, Karl Anthony Towns, to say that LaMelo Ball, he didn't say the LaMelo Ball, but insinuating that no rookie is better than Anthony Edwards is blasphemous. I know what this is about. LaMelo's doing so well that all these other players have to justify their organizations on passing him. So, of course, he's going to say his player is better. I like Anthony Edwards. I just think LaMelo's the best player in the draft. It's nothing personal. Anthony Edwards takes more shots than LaMelo Ball. That is a fact. But I see what's going on. All Karl Anthony Towns is doing is trying to talk up LaMelo Ball, trying to get the Rookie of the Year trophy to Anthony Edwards. And I'll let it be known right now, if the NBA screwed this up and they don't give LaMelo that Rookie of the Year, I'm on their tail. And I won't be letting up. All Karl had to say was Anthony Edwards is defying all odds. Anthony Edwards is being a good teammate, yada, yada, yada. He could have said everything else but that. But I just don't get the point of just saying, oh, he's the number one pick and there's no one better. And come on, cut the cap. Top two right now is LaMelo Ball and then Tyrese Halliburton. And then third, Anthony Edwards. I did see the 3 to the head. That was really just mocking Carmelo. When LaMelo did it, as you all know, that's paying homage. And LaMelo even said he pays homage to Carmelo Anthony. But we have Coach Joe in the building. Coach Coach Joe, how you doing, brother?
What is happening, DJ? What is going on, my brother? Wow, how you doing?
I'm blessed and highly favored. Before I went in on this today's discussion, I played a clip of Carl Anthony Towns overly justifying Anthony Edwards. Yeah, he's the best rookie, no doubt about it. That's why we picked him number one. He kept forcing it. So much so it sounded like he's lying to himself. But I get it. He's trying to boost up his teammate. And I have nothing against Anthony Edwards. I think he's a good kid. I just don't think he's better than LaMelo. They see all the highlights LaMelo's doing. They see him winning. And they resort to these side comments. But it comes with the territory.
Well, you know what, my brother? Let me tell you how I see it. Did you see the box score?
Of the Minnesota game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a blowout, man.
No,
wait.
it was
The
a close
Pelican.
game.
Oh, yeah, it was a close game.
It was a close game. Look at. Can you bring up the box score?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, how many shots did Carl Anthony Town take tonight?
Oh boy. He took 9 shots.
How many shots did Anthony Edwards take tonight?
24.
There we go. How many points did how many points did Anthony Edwards have tonight?
34 points out of 12
and
for
how many,
24 shooting.
wait a minute, hold on, slow down so everybody can follow. How many points did Carl Anthony Town have tonight?
13.
And what's the difference between Carl Anthony Town and Anthony Edwards in the NBA as players?
Carl Anthony Towns is an established player.
All NBA has been?
He's never been all NBA.
All-star?
Yeah, he's been I think he's been all-star.
Didn't he win a poll a couple years ago of GMs that said they would take him if they could draft all over again?
Yes, they did.
Okay, he's highly thought of. Hasn't he been on the U.S. Olympic team too?
Yes.
Okay, so here we have a game. Who won that game, by the way?
The Minnesota Timberwolves won that game tonight. Okay. 114-112.
Okay. They beat a Portland Trailblazer team with Dame Dollar. Okay, and they were led by their rookie in points and shots. And the All NBA or the All USA or the All American, the dude who a lot of GMs would take, look like a role player tonight. And Anthony Edwards looked like the go-to guy. So if I was sitting in Anthony Edwards' position, Carl Anthony Towns' position, and I'm sitting on my stool and the reporters are asking me questions, and one of them asked me about Anthony Edwards, I'm going to talk about him in the glowingest terms as I can because he made me look like a fool. Because he was the go-to guy against Dame Dollar. This is huge. The team was throwing the ball to him. It wasn't like he was taking the ball out of bounds every time and coming down and just going one-on-one. That wasn't happening. I was flipping back and forth. He was passing it. They going through the offense. Sometimes he's going to Towns and he'd kick it back out. They'd swing around. He'd get to him and then the shot clock's running. He'd take a shot, go to the basket or shoot a three. Kicks, swings. So Carl Anthony Town, we've already established that he is before we're not speaking about anything personal. We're talking about his play and what he has displayed as to us of his play. and he's lukewarm like Tijuana dishwater. So let's just keep it real. I mean, ain't nothing to write home about. I mean, he's big, he's talented, and sometimes he feels like a nut. Sometimes he doesn't. Miles has almond joys. Some don't. I don't know, man. This dude here, this makes no sense to me at all. When I was watching it, I was going, what is he doing? Okay, I guess this is what he's doing. I thought you was a dude. I had to ask. I think I even asked. Is Carl Anthony on the? Is he on the floor? I'm serious, DJ. This dude is the dude for the franchise, and I didn't even know if he was on the floor. Come on.
It's funny how you think about it. The Timberwolves, they have the worst record in the league. They're not even in the play-in game range, which is bad enough. Karl Anthony Towns, off the court, he's a good guy, and prayers to him and his family. You know, he lost his mother due to COVID, allegedly, and really it's lymphoma, but you get what I mean. So I pray for the brother for that. But I'll say this, on the court, Karl Anthony Towns, he's missing that drive in this game, and that's why people call him soft. That's cottonelle tissue. I mean, the brother just he just doesn't have that killer in him. But I'm gonna leave it at that because we got some important stuff to talk about. Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball had a great game today in barely 30 minutes, spot duty minutes. He had 20 points, led the team in assists. He got him a lot of rebounds. He was destroying the Clippers. Michael Jordan. If Michael Jordan wants to really do this right, wants to keep LaMelo on the Hornets team, the cheat code to do that is trading for Lonzo Ball and you throw in Jackson Hayes. The reason why I don't think he will make that trade is Michael Jordan has a huge ego. He's always been like that. And he wants it his way works. If it was MJ's way, he would want Gordon Hayward to be the quote-unquote star of the team, get in the pub so he can tell people, his friends, in those elitist meetings they have, that, see, I told you about Gordon Hayward. He's our guy. He wants to do that. But this is a quick fix. With Lonzo traded, the backcourt is longer with length. Zoe's already one of the fastest players on the court, so he knows when to cut. And LaMelo will find him, unlike his teammates, the Pelicans. I mean, every time Lonzo's cutting, they don't give him the damn ball. It's the dumbest thing. And here's the ultimate part. Lonzo Ball, if he was on the Hornets, he would not get in the way of LaMelo's progress.
Facts.
So what do you think, Coach?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, DJ, this is a tough one for me because I've got a couple of different minds. I'm looking at it, I'm trying to look at it from what I see in Charlotte's, from their behavior, and what I see from the Hornets from the Pelicans' behavior. So I'll start with the Pelicans. In the very beginning, I listened to most of what came out of or read what came out of the Pelicans when Van Gundy got there, so I could see what his ideas were about what he was going to move, who he's going to move forward with, who did he, what his plan was. So, and who he liked and who he didn't like and who he was going, try to get rid of. So slowly but surely, he revealed himself to be that he didn't like Lonzo. I was like, okay, and they draft the point guard from Alabama. Okay, they don't give him a contract. All the other guys in his class that were around him all got contracts, and he still don't have his. Okay, all right. So now all of the words coming out of there and the way they playing, getting off to a lousy start. Don't nobody knows who doing what. Bi's acting like he's the new Michael Jordan. Zion don't know what to do, when to go, like a bull crashing around. And it's all Lonzo, because if he leaves, let Lonzo handle it and let him play the game and let him control things and control the pace and decide who gets shots, when they do and when they don't. It runs smoother. Dang, start winning some games. Now those talks of the trades ain't coming out no more. Now they saying they ain't gonna get rid of him at all, and they're gonna offer him a deal. And if I'm not mistaken, his deal is restricted. I don't think Lonzo's deal is unrestricted. I think it's restricted. Please, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. And so, and if it's restricted, like I think it is, the Hornets would have to agree to let him go. Agree to let him go. And I don't know if they would do that now, because I think now they see him differently than they did. And so he's getting more comfortable. Today was a proof of it. He hit his jumper today looks so wet. Oh my God. His jumper looks so wet today. His first threes went in. The net didn't even move. It was cool breeze, baby. That mean that ball was turning, baby. And he wasn't hitting nothing but draws. No rim, no nothing. I'm like, wow. I even said it to Rev. I said, Rev, look at Lonzo, man. These balls going straight through like Curry. So they know it's different. His teammates know it's different. So they know now they got to do something different. So I don't know what they going to do. I don't
Coach
know
Joe,
what he going to do. Go ahead. Yes.
I wanted to address this question, and after I go in, I would love to have your take on it. A says, I want Lonzo to be traded to another team. I want LaMelo to stay by himself. I don't mind Lonzo going to a contender. I think that'll be great for him. I'm just saying that because Coach, I've been hearing a lot of people saying that if for some reason the Hornets trade for Lonzo, if that ever happens, that will get in LaMelo's way. And I tell them, look at his teammates. His teammates dribble the air out of the ball more than Lonzo. They got to have the ball in their hands for some reason. If that was the case, if they didn't have the ball, if they didn't need the ball in their hands as much, LaMelo will probably average almost 30. From what I've seen, Coach. I think Lonzo, the good thing about him when he's clicking, of course, is when he runs and when he sprints and when he runs in transition, it's always in a flow. So it doesn't get in people's way. I don't think Lonzo would get in his way. I think he would be a good help, especially defensively. They could start playing more man-to-man concepts, and you won't have to do that stupid-ass zone that they do, trying to protect miniature players. And then the passing will be spot on. The only problem is that with LaMelo, he needs an actual shooting guard next to him to keep teams honest. Terry Rozier, he's having a career year, but I mean an actual two guard, someone that fits the height and the scorer's mentality. I don't want LaMelo to be a shooting guard in this league. I want him to be an all-purpose guard. So if Lonzo was ever with the Hornets, who's going to be the off guard, who's going to be the on guard. Well, LaMelo would have the ball majority of the time because he's the best ball handler. So that's the thing to work out. Then Gordon Hayward, he needs the ball. This Hornets roster, coach, they need a makeover on this roster to fit their franchise player, LaMelo Ball.
Well, yeah, you made some really good points. Let me see. Let me go back to what the brother was saying in his original point. He don't think they'll fit. I can't see them not fitting. There's no way that as I think about it, there's no scenario I can come up with where they don't fit. None. Teammates usually don't fit, and usually it's hierarchy stuff or it's personality stuff. Because that's usually the rub. I don't see any of those issues with anybody because both of these dudes are facilitators, high level facilitators. If you have 2 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", Melo might be 6'9" by the time he come back next year. 6'10". You might have that as a 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2 all day. Two dudes that can see over everybody and see everything and have the ability to just give it to you how you want it. Dudes will be clamoring to come to that little Charlotte town. Y'all don't even understand. And Melo already said that he's a little of both. He's a distributor and a scorer. Lonzo's already adjusted to being a facilitator and a scorer. Spot up shooter. I don't see no problem. Unless Lonzo's shooting wide open jump shots are going to be a problem. Because if he's open and Melo has the ball in his hands, he going to get it to him right where he needs to get it to shoot a wide open three. The same way he was getting Devontae threes the other day, raining down on him, and had JB over there creaming in his pants, just raining down. Everybody was just hitting the monk was hitting them. I mean, don't get me started, man. This is absurd. This is his big brother. Okay. Have they shown anything other than the fact that they love each other, man? They'll do anything for each other. I don't understand. Aren't we talking about Lonzo and LaMelo? What kind of agenda could somebody come up with that wouldn't work between them dudes? Man, I'm trying to understand.
I'm trying to figure it out too.
I mean, I'm trying to understand. We're talking about basketball, something they've been doing all their damn life. Now they get up where they always wanted to be, and now this is gonna be a problem. What? How?
Coach Joe, I would understand if Lonzo is like combo guard and he just want to look out for his own shot. Yeah, that can mess up LaMelo, but that's not Lonzo's game, so I don't have a problem with it. And Bart,
I mean, even if it was, that's his little brother. It ain't gonna change. He wants the best for him. He's already shown that over and over and over again. Their hierarchy and their family is not in jeopardy in any way. It's Lonzo, Jello, LaMelo. It ain't gonna never change. This is family. These ain't dudes coming off the street or coming from universities trying to mesh and bond, or coming from Europe or Africa or the Caribbean. or South America. Come on, man. These are the ball boys. When the All-Star break hit, what did Melo say he was doing? I'm going home. See my family, spend time with my brothers. We'll work out there.
Mm-hmm.
Did he or did he not?
Yep.
And he was crystal clear about what he was doing. And then JJ did a live from the plane to show everybody he was in the back of the plane asleep. Man, don't get me started, man, about no. This is absurd. This is this absurd proposition. Lonzo knows how the NBA works. Melo is learning very fast how the NBA works. Lonzo's presence will do nothing but accelerate his growth even faster. Because he got somebody he knows he can trust who won't hate on his greatness. Don't get me started.
Talk to him, coach. Talk to him.
Don't get me started up in here. I heard something I got to tell you about, DJ. I got to say it. While I was a little late coming into the room. The Grammys was on, and I had it was on the TV, and I love to hear music being played. I just love music. All my life, I love music. And they just had a young black girl, a young sister. I can't think of her name. She the first black country artist to make it on the Grammy stage or to do something in the Grammys with country music. I don't know, something. And she stood up there and sang this song with a choir. One of her songs saying she's proud to be black. And it ain't easy when you live in a community of white picket fences as far as the eye can see. When your daddy got to work twice as hard as the man next to him because of the color of his skin. It ain't easy. But she's proud to be black. She's saying that on the Grammys tonight. So I'm going to show a little emotion, and I'm a little emotional right now because that's a beautiful thing. I thought I'd never see something like this in my life. This is a beautiful thing.
Right on, coach. That's what it's all about, man. Empowering our people. Just looking at some of the comments, when you read stuff like, no, this is not going to work. It's that scared mentality, coach. I'm not used to it because I was around alpha energy and strong brothers and sisters all my life. But we can't succumb to that type of thinking that it won't work or the Ball brothers. You got to believe.
Wait a minute, no, DJ, hold on. Are we trying to? I don't accept no proposition that's even remotely legitimate when it comes to that. So the Ball brothers can't play together, but the Holiday brothers can play together in Indiana. Really?
Right.
So the Drogen and his brother, they can play together for a while. Okay, that ain't they can play together, but the Balls can't play together. The Morris twins can play together in two different locations, but the Ball boys can't play together. Man, no.
Coach, it's a game, man.
Oh my
it's
God.
going in circles. Now, I got to address the elephant in the room. Michael Jordan, Mitch Kupchak. They have a chance to keep LaMelo past his rookie deal. It's right there on the table. But will they check, like I said, will they check their ego? Will they actually listen and observe everything that's around them? Will they be ahead of the curve? This is the difference between great to good franchises. So if LaMelo was playing on the team that understands the structure of basketball, and they know they have a brother in His brother is Lonzo, and he's improved drastically. Most teams would have made that trade already and said, we don't want to take any chances. We want to secure him for the long run. We're a small market franchise. We can't guarantee that if LaMelo will stay. I'm making phone calls in a millisecond. That's me. To be a GM or owner, you got to think ahead of the game so you won't be surprised what happened. When LeBron James, and we know LeBron James is his own player, I'm not comparing, but when he left Cleveland, the Cleveland Cavaliers was banking on LeBron always being loyal to their team while still giving him crumbs and horrible players around him. When LeBron left, I wasn't surprised, Coach. I saw it happening years ago. 2 years before he left Miami. I knew he was going to leave.
No, facts.
When you do not acquiesce to your franchise player, the unexpected will happen when their contracts are done. Remember, Coach, everybody was like, how can LeBron do this? How can he leave his hometown? I didn't see it happening. Oh, really? What did you surround him with?
Manny Moore and Jack.
Mm-hmm. Did they really think they could have won a title with Curly, Moe, and Neil?
Yeah, because they had the king. And they nearly did it.
See, this is why the Lakers have won titles. Even when they had a down year, they seem to rebound when they have something great. When Kobe Bryant came to the Lakers, they had Shaq, but they made sure to give Kobe everything he wanted. And that's what you're supposed to do.
DJ, Shaq and Kobe came the same year.
Yeah, 96.
Same year.
Mm-hmm.
The three, Fisher, Kobe, and Shaq came the same year.
Ain't that something?
Ain't that something? Jerry West brought them all the same year. And he had already had Eddie Jones there. And Nick Van Exel.
You see 704 Bound Charlotte, shout out to you, my brother. He said, we drafted Kobe.
Shaking my head. Yeah, I know you were.
Mm-hmm.
There's an article 704 you should read that I'm gonna get it to DJ so he can post it. But it was on ESPN, and it was an article about the workout that Kobe had with Jerry West, and it spoke about some of the stuff that they had kept quiet up until now. And some of it was how Jerry West was able to steal Kobe from Charlotte. Absolutely.
Coach, Charlotte fell for the okie doke. Oh, he's a high school player. We're gonna trade, and I know Kobe and his family were allegedly demanding a trade. Is that correct, Coach?
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Is it true that Kobe and his family allegedly demanded a trade?
No, that's not true at all.
Okay, I didn't really hear. I didn't even look at
this was the old guard working the way the old guard worked.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, Jerry West said that he thought that the Hornets were getting cold feet and it had leaked out. I'll share it real quickly because it's a fascinating story. Jerry West and his son picked Kobe up from the airport to do his workout for the Lakers when he was coming out of high school. Now Kobe was 17 years old, and they did it at a local YMCA, right near the Forum where they played in Inglewood. And Jerry West had Michael Cooper come and play defense on Kobe. Now Michael Cooper was you go ahead, DJ. Tell him what Michael Cooper was.
A champion, one of the best defenders and
He used to
champion.
guard Bird, right?
Right. The
Okay,
team's best player all the time.
the best player. Okay, Coop's there to work the kid out, and Norm Nixon's there too. You know, he's to support Coop, and a few people just in the gym, not many. And they did it for about an hour, and Kobe kicked his ass. This 17-year-old kid kicked this veteran's ass all over the court. He whooped his ass so bad that Michael admitted in the article that he tried to intentionally hurt Kobe by giving him a kidney blow. And Kobe shook it off like it was nothing and still dunked on his ass. Michael Cooper left there with his tail between his legs, and Jerry West turned to his assistant and said, "Oh my God." So he still didn't believe it. He brought one other player, kid from the University of Massachusetts, 6'8", 230, just coming out in the draft. I can't think of this kid's name. I think it was Dante Robinson. I think that was his name. You remember that kid, DJ?
Dante Robinson. I don't remember him.
Yeah, he was about 6'8". I think he went about 4 or 5 in the draft. That draft, I think. But anyway, so he had one more workout. Had Kobe work out one more time before the draft came up, and Kobe kicked this dude's ass too. So Jerry West, when Kobe left, when his son took him back to the airport, they were on pins and needles, thinking that when Kobe got back to Philadelphia with his parents, that Charlotte was going to renege. They thought they had their fingers and toes and everything else crossed. They thought up until that trade took place where they took Vlade and sent, because Vlade didn't want to go to Charlotte at first. See, so the fact that Kobe ended up in the Laker as a Laker and spent 20 years as a Laker, wow, it's just amazing how it just almost didn't happen.
I think, well, I was talking to some OGs coach one time about Kobe, and because I was always intrigued about the Charlotte situation. They said at the time Charlotte thought they had the Lakers by getting Vlade.
In the beginning, absolutely they did, but they started having.
They said there was articles saying that the Hornets won a trade.
Mm-hmm. See, Kobe was the first high school player to come out in the NBA that was 6'5", and he was 17 years old. Family, so he was you could find 6'5", 6'4", 6'3" people all over the NBA, grown men. So why would you draft a kid? That was that was the attitude at that time. The only high school kids that were drafted at that time were Kevin Garnett, who was 7 feet, 6'11", Tyson Chandler, who was 7 feet, Eddie Curry, who was 6'11". And then after Kobe, we had the Lou Williams and J.R. Smiths. You know, they came after that. But Kobe was the first under 6'5". So 6'5" and a kid, and he grew. He was 6'5", 6'6" when he got to the NBA. But he had a kid's body. That's why it took him 2 years to start. He didn't start for the Lakers when he came in. We think Melo had it bad. Kobe had it real tough. He played behind the All-Star. 6'7" All-Star from Temple named Eddie Jones. So Kevin Garnett. They picked big guys at that time. They didn't believe in picking no little guys. Tracy McGrady came out of nowhere. See, Kobe ushered all the little guys.
Coach, I saw Zero Chill. Coach, you hear me? Hello?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Had a little glitch.
Oh.
Zero Chill said earlier in the post that the Hornets need a big. Yes, that's true. But they could get that with a trade if they pursued it. They could get Jackson Hayes, who was playing really well right now, and get Lonzo. And here's the reality people are not understanding, Coach Joe. Terry Rozier's contract, right, is pretty up there. And then they just paid Gordon Hayward. Hey, Coach Joe, is my mic working?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Can you hear me?
Cool.
Yeah.
So something has to give.
See, that's what I see. See, when you have when you're a small market team and you hit the lottery bid, you want to ride that lottery contract as long as you have it. See, and so you only got about a 3 to 4 year window before you got to pay them big money. And a small market team is not going to have 3 max dues like they Brooklyn or the Lakers or something. It's not going to happen.
No, it's not, Coach. And they think they think that they're gonna have all those dudes playing with LaMelo. Trust me, I don't want Devontae Graham staying on the team, but I see what they're doing, right? And Devontae's coming off the bench, so that helps. They're trying to save money while improving the roster. Because when it's time for him to get paid, he getting the bag.
No, that's what I'm saying, without a doubt. Melo's definitely getting paid. See, Lurch's contract is coming up. I think he's in a contract year. I think Biz has one on his deal. I think Miles is coming up. See, so they got some decisions to make. I think Monk might be coming up too.
Yeah, he's coming up. I don't think they're gonna pay Monk.
They ain't gonna pay Devontae and Monk. No.
If it was me, Coach, I would not pay for none of those. There's a lot of 3-and-D players that fit with the roster, with the Hornets roster. And you got a point guard who is a magician in LaMelo. He's going to give them looks. So they're expendable.
I agree.
Trust me, those are not players that, Malik Monk and Devontae Graham, they're not players that I feel, if they lose them, then the team goes to hell in a handbasket. I don't see it that way. Miles Bridges is one of the few where I want him to stay because he fits with LaMelo Ball. Like Dom 34 says, build around LaMelo. That's simple. He is the franchise player. He's got to have players that fit with his game. And they got to get rid of those ball stoppers. The people who don't want to run, they don't need to be on the team. The people that look off LaMelo Ball, they definitely do not need to be on the team.
When I look at this, look around the league, at different situations that people are in, I would love to see the Hornets have players, centers that are in the Mo Bamba, Marvin Bagley, Holmes, those kinds of players. I would love to see them have some players like that.
Right.
And I would love to see them have some forwards that are like the dudes, like that dude in Atlanta.
John Collins.
No, yeah, Collins and the other one. Yeah.
Clint Capella.
No, not Capella. The 3-and-D kid.
Cam Reddish.
No, I love Cam, but no, Cam don't play like that.
DeAndre Hunter.
Hunter, him. See, a player like that. I would, man. Can you imagine that kid being a 3 on 18? Woo wee. The way he guard and run the flow and shoot.
Boy, that'd be like easy like Sunday morning, coach.
Man, they'd be playing. No, it sound funny, but I just can't stand the way. Yeah,
Melo make it easy.
Man, Melo makes it easy, baby. Don't get it twisted.
Shout out to the Melo-holics in the building.
Indeed. Yes, indeed.
704 bound Charlotte says we need a big man that could run with LaMelo, rebound, play defense. Mo Bamba would be a perfect fit for that.
Or Jackson Hayes.
Yeah, there's options. The Hornet fans, I got to give you guys credit. You're starting to see the potential of this team. And they're letting their voices be heard. They don't want this organization to sit around when there's moves that need to be made.
And lose Melo.
Right. Because if you don't make any moves, especially during his 4 years, they will not keep LaMelo Ball.
I think it'll become abundantly clear in year 3.
Oh, yeah. Year 3 is going to be so interesting, Coach, because the media and everything, they're going to be asking them questions. They'll be like, Melo, could you see yourself staying with this team? And he's going to scoff.
We're going to see what moves they made in that 2-year period. See, that's what will make the difference. What they do. See, it's time to put the chips in now. See, all of those scared talk, ain't no time for that. Ain't no time to be scared now. You got one of the meteorites, baby. Don't get it twisted. Y'all didn't hit the mother load with this dude. So y'all got to perform now. All that hiding stuff and shucking and jiving and acting like y'all smart and y'all got all the answers. Now we gonna see.
Coach, like they say, you know who you are now.
Yeah, we gonna see now.
Coach,
I mean, come on, let's keep it real. I mean, DJ. That man, we've been listening to that man. We've been listening to that coach speaking a whole lot of press conferences since the beginning of the year. He ain't never sound like he sounded in that one where he said Melo's the only one to start. He don't know what else he got. He got to talk to people. He was so discombobulated. That wasn't like nothing that he had said before. Wait a minute. You know, come on. I said this to you. I don't know if I said this on the show earlier, but it's like, who did he have to talk to? He said, I got to talk to some of the guys. I don't want to say anything till I talk to the guys. What guys? The only person he had to talk to was Devontae. Because his position was the only position that changed. What guys did he have to talk to? He's such a liar.
Wait a minute, Coach. Here, I gotta talk to the guys. Devontae Graham is a role player. What you mean you gotta LaMelo is your franchise player? You talking about you gotta talk to the guys? That stuff don't make any damn sense.
Right. He tried to make it sound like I think he was sending shots. I think he knew exactly what he was saying. He was letting it be known, a little protest to let him know that he didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
That's
and
what he was doing.
Coach,
That's what you do.
look at Taufik. He said, DJ, not all of them, meaning Hornet fans. Some of them still in the sucking place. I'm dealing with 2 of them. They told me I had no right to criticize their team. Shaking my head. Yeah, I see a couple of them on the web. You better not allow them to. They get defensive when you criticize James Borrego.
Well, look, hey, if anybody that's a Charlotte fan is on the thing, they got something to say. I'm not going to try to shoot it down or say that they shouldn't say it or it's wrong. I mean, that ain't what this is for me, and I don't think this is with new media either.
Right.
I mean, obviously, if you're a Charlotte fan and you live in North Carolina, that's your team, and you've been watching them and know more about them than we do. Those of us that just learned them since Melo came along, that's obvious. But not all of us are starting from the same the place of experience either. And the Charlotte's organization isn't new. They've been a part of the NBA for a long time.
.704 Bound says, I speak the truth of my team's basketball and football. That's why I respect about 704 Bound Charlotte. He's a diehard Charlotte fan, Coach, both football and basketball. And what does he do in the chats?
Stand up.
He talks about everything going on. See, he cares about his team. He said a fan since 1988.
It's a long time. Yeah. See, but real Charlotte fans, they've been through a whole lot of rigmarole too.
Right, Coach.
See, they've been long suffering. They didn't had a whole lot of quick starts and looked like it was going to be promising, and then let you down, pull the rug out. Didn't he say that on one time on here when he was on here that they the Clippers of the South?
I remember that. Clippers of the South.
Yeah, well, that says a lot to me. I feel you. Growing up in Chicago, being a Cub fan, Cubs are part of our city. They sucked for so long. All my childhood.
But Coach, being a good fan is not always agreeing with your head coach and they're just right because of the head coach. Being a fan is holding organizations accountable so they can give you the type of product that they deservedly need. The Charlotte fans, they don't want to ruin this thing with LaMelo Ball. That's why they ask questions.
Well, they better really, and I think they're doing it. Holding people's feet to the fire because they're not dealing with no regular dudes.
No. This ain't no normal rookie.
No, this ain't no normal rookie. I don't know who you thought y'all was dealing with, but it ain't him. and that young one had already told y'all ain't gonna separate him from his daddy and his family, so y'all can just stop.
Right.
It is not gonna happen.
Shout out to Haley Hallett. She says, much respect to 704 Bound. I couldn't be that loyal. Man, shout out to 704 Bound, man. He be in the comment section. He just gives his opinion. He sees the game. He sees his team. He knows what they need to do. And I like the fact when he come in the chats and he gets pissed off when James Borrego play that damn zone. So we playing that zone again?
I mean, imagine Lonzo and Melo watching film together, man, and Lonzo teaching him. Man, come on, man.
Wow, Coach, I didn't even think about that.
Oh, my God. There's so much stuff, man. We don't understand. God, dog. How beautiful that would be. That would be just so beautiful for them two to play together. God, dog. especially in like a small place like Charlotte. Where the come up is really beautiful. It's a lot of people been invested in the team, invested in the community and stuff, and so they enter the come up. They get behind their team. When they see them trying, it's a beautiful thing, man.
Taufik says the autopilot defense down. Damn, that's worse than AutoZone.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, that defense, man.
Well, see, Lonzo changed all that. See, he'll change all that over there. See.
Oh, it look like Coach left. He'll be back on. Matthew Reese says defensively, he can really teach that young boy some shit too. I'm sure he can, but they got to get out of that damn zone.
Yeah, there ain't no basketball.
Oh, Matthew Reed, you must be talking about Lonzo could teach him. Okay, I get.
Yeah, absolutely, man. See, that's the thing about it. I mean, Lonzo will accelerate Melo's learning so much, man. It's not even funny. And his growth.
Believe it or not, and I've been knowing this about Lonzo. Lonzo has one of the highest basketball IQs outside of LeBron.
Heck yeah.
IQ was never a problem with Lonzo. Lonzo's main problem is himself.
Different kind of player. Lonzo's
Right.
a different kind of player. I mean, his father raised him to be a different kind of player. When you really look at what his father did and what he the role that he assigned Lonzo to play, he was, that's who he is, and he ain't gonna be nothing different.
Exactly. Well, Coach, man, this has been a great show. I wanted to bring this topic up because I think the answers that the Hornets need are right there. They just can't sit around and allow, oh, we got LaMelo, we're cool. You do that shit, you're going to be just like Cleveland.
Well, you know what they're gonna be? Just like Charlotte.
Oh shit!
I mean, that's what they do. They've had some good players. They didn't do nothing with Kimba. Nothing. Nothing with Kimba. Nothing. So they have a track record of not doing very much. So that's why they fans are so loud. They know who they dealing with.
But the fans ain't playing around.
No,
fans out there, they going crazy. And
yes.
they have cut up boards. They're booing when LaMelo's not on the court.
Man, wait till it's half the people in there.
Oh boy, it's gonna be trouble. Trouble. If you raise up on me, it's gonna be trouble.
It's gonna be a lot of trouble. Yeah, it's gonna be a beautiful thing, man. But I don't know. I like to rest in being optimistic at times. That's how I like to rest in that. Things will work out, and I just there's just something about those ball boys, man. That just that I just think they're gonna find their way to each other. They are. They just because money's not gonna be a thing, and if you take money out of it, then what is there for them? It's loyalty. It's family. That it has to be. If you're gonna take money out of the equation, there has to be something. Championships, family. It has to be something big, and that's they big. They were raised this way. Their parents telling them this. One day y'all gonna play in the NBA together. One day y'all gonna play in the NBA together. Do y'all understand what that means, man? That ain't no small thing. They believe this in their head. And not two of them is in the NBA, and they close to each other too now. It's gonna be a beautiful thing.
It is. I'm excited for this journey, man. I'm happy for the Ball brothers. They're continuing to rise above the hate even more every game. They're playing with something to prove, not to anybody else, not to Shines, not the old media or fake ass scouts. They want to be validated.
Right.
And they say prove. They want to be validated.
Mm.
That they the baddest motherfuckers around.
Mm-hmm. And
That's
they
what
got
they want to be.
and they got one, boy. Woo, they got one this time, boy. Michael done hit it. It fell in their lap, like you said on your show, boy. It dropped like that damn, like them slippers on Cinderella drop, boy. They lucked the hell out. Oh my God. They lucked out. But that's the universe, and I don't control the universe. I don't try to, and that's how
They're
it
gonna
works.
they're gonna look back at that draft and say, "God damn, we done." You done fucked up.
Well, I mean, look, this is the thing, that we all, that we all have to rest with is that we do the best we can do with what we have, and if
Right.
you have the opportunity to have something like this come your way, and you fumble it, well, yeah, okay, well, yeah, just you can't say you didn't have an opportunity. That's all you can ask for. But I maintain this. I believe LaMelo Ball will be a Laker at the end of his contract.
Mm. Oh boy, you opened up Pandora's box.
Yes, I've always believed that he will be a Laker. That's what I think LaMelo will be.
Boy, if the Lakers ever get LaMelo Ball,
Well, they need somebody to go. They need a trend. They need another superstar to go where they did.
right? Because LeBron gonna be retired by them.
Yeah, he'll be going a year before Melo is done, before his contract is up.
And Coach Joe,
Yeah.
it's a little bit off topic, but 704 about Charlotte says free agent starts tomorrow for football deals will happen. I'm glad you mentioned that, brother, because as you've seen around the NFL, a lot of cuts have been happening.
Mm-hmm.
And my advice for the brothers, and it's a gamble, but life's gambles are for the best rewards. If I were them, I would get a 1-year deal, as much guaranteed as possible, right? And then test the market when the market is good.
Are you speaking about any particular players?
I'm talking about the ones who were cut, the veterans who were cut,
Okay.
because they're going to be hoodwinked by some deals, 2-year deals, incentives. Hell no, do 1-year guarantee.
Yeah, football. Football is so messy, man. God, dog, it's just so messy. It's so messy. Nothing is clear. Nothing is clear, man. The numbers are never clear. What they say is never clear. It's always so messy, man. God, football stuff. So because because they've had to rearrange and shift everything because of the CBA, the Players Association contract, and with COVID and everything. So I imagine that that's probably as sound as advice as you're gonna probably get. However, because football is so crazy, you can hurt yourself for the rest of your life and never play again. You know what I mean? So you try to
Right.
get what you can get while you can get it.
Right, because they get hoodwinked by this quote unquote security.
Fact.
If they're gonna cut you and you take a 4-year deal, that's not even as high, like a cap friendly deal, you're gonna be losing at the end. So you might as well get all you can in 1 year. It can be cap friendly, but demand more guaranteed money. You got to play their game so you can excel at your game on the court, on the field, and off the field. That's the trick.
See, DJ, what I think you're getting at, I think, correct me if I'm wrong,
Right.
but I think what I hear you really saying is that it's time for football players to start taking some control over their situation as well, like the
Right.
other players have, and to stop acting like they are just subject to the system that was fostered upon them.
Absolutely, coach.
Yeah,
They can't allow these agents to control because the agents know the owners.
Mhm. It's a network.
That's why they tell their players, well, I'm cool with this agent. They put the seed in there. So the players were like, oh, maybe I need to sign with him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Look at Dak Prescott. Now he got signed $40 million a year.
And Jerry said he never paid him that much too. Remember?
Yeah, he did. He said if there's anyone that I have to overpay for, it would be Dak. Yeah, you could take it for what you want. That sounds like a backhanded compliment to me.
Well, as long as the guaranteed money is cash, it's okay.
Yeah, that's why Dak Prescott didn't trip about it. He got the guaranteed money.
Yeah, exactly.
But guess what they said? Now,
What?
I looked at the Cowboys. Their defense is trash.
Hmm.
They have the nerve to say since they paid Dak Prescott that they have to win a Super Bowl. I'm like, what Super Bowl? You ain't got no defense. The offensive line is injured. You don't know who's going to come back.
No, the organization is in tatters. That's the problem with over there in Dallas. That's been the problem for a long time in Dallas, and until they fix it, they will just be like a dog chasing its tail.
I'm trying to.
I mean, when was the last time Dallas was good? Jimmy Johnson. And what did Jimmy bring? Credibility.
Structure.
What else was right? What else did he bring? Structure. What else did he bring? Clear definitions of roles, a clear path forward of how they were going to do what they did. And they started lousy, so nobody could say he inherited a good team because he didn't. Troy Aikman's first year, I think he won one game.
Yeah, they were 1-15, coach.
Yeah. So don't talk crazy now. So he built that thing.
I'm gonna go out on a limb, coach. I think the Cowboys are cursed until they bring Jimmy Johnson in the Ring of Honor.
He's not in the ring, huh?
No. Jerry Jones, for some reason, our best, besides Tom Landry, coach, the best coach we have had ever in a short period of time. You mean to tell me he's not in the Ring of Honor?
How many players under his tutelage made the Hall of Fame? Do you think?
Double digits.
Okay, so case in point, case closed. And how many Super Bowls they win?
They won 2, really 3, but Barry Switzer, he got the credit for Jimmy's play.
When he carpet bagged.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 3. So it was still his program. He came in and he didn't build nothing. He was a placeholder, and he didn't stick around very long anyway, did he?
No, he didn't. Here's what happened, coach. The salary cap started after the Cowboys won that Super Bowl. Because remember, they could just pay anybody back in those days. And the Cowboys' records started to dwindle. And you started to see that Barry Switzer is not a good team manager. He doesn't know how to build teams. That's all Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. And Jimmy and Jerry Jones, he knew that. See, that's why I don't one of the reasons why I don't like the Cowboys and I'm not a Cowboy fan is because I'm not a fan of him at all. He's a tyrant. And I know a tyrant when I see one. And I know and that's about as nice as I'm gonna be. I mean, I'm gonna be just about that's the limit right now for tonight. But I could say some other things about him. But because I have some long history with some of the Cowboys. I knew some Cowboys back in the day, and some of them came from my neighborhood too. And so to see him turn them into a laughing stock, because that's what they are, a rich laughing stock.
Coach, Taufik says, I'm a Seahawks. He said, I'm a Seahawks fan, and I want them to be better. They haven't won since they lost to Tom Brady. And that play that they did, passing instead of giving the ball to Marshawn Lynch, I knew then, Coach, I was like, that's going to haunt them for the rest of their lives. The Seahawks will not be the same.
Yeah, that's a hard one to come back from.
And Russell Wilson, the reason why he didn't audible out of that play, because he wanted the glory. He wanted to be the Super Bowl MVP. He could have easily audible. Coaches, what do they do in the NBA, NFL? When you see people when you see people went from stacking a box to covering, what do? You audible out of it.
I mean, now that we're going back, let me go back to that. To me, that was about two people, one person and one person only. That was Pete Carroll, and the ghost of the New England Patriots. Wasn't he a coach at the New England Patriots at one time?
Yes, he was.
Well, exactly. And wasn't he back there with the Jets too, back there in the East Coast back then?
Mm-hmm.
And didn't they run him out of the East Coast and ran his ass to the West?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So what I saw when he did that is the same thing I saw when he laid an egg at USC with when the Vince Young was there and they lost to
they
another.
They could have three-peated, Coach.
Absolutely. Pete Carroll was trying in the Super Bowl at that time. He had a brain fart, and this is what I mean. He thought that he was playing against Bill Belichick, and he wanted to show that he could beat Bill Belichick. He could outsmart Bill Belichick and show them East Coasters, them people back there that just don't get it, that they're not with it. And he's, the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour. And anybody who knows football, that when you get down on the goal line, inside the 10-yard line, the field is shrunken, and you have very little space to be fucking around. And so you definitely don't have a whole lot of time to be trying to be a hero. So what did Bill Belichick do? He said, watch, this knucklehead right now, watch what he do. He going to try to be slick. So Malcolm, you watch it. Just step right in front of the midget he put right there and catch the ball. And so that's exactly what he did. Man, don't get me started with Pete Carroll, man. Because I like Pete Carroll, but he screwed the Seattle Seahawks. He messed the Seattle Seahawks up, and they haven't been the same since. And now he has to go.
And Marshawn Lynch, man, I hated it because Marshawn Lynch, he's a good brother. He gets back to his community. Besides that, he's a good brother. And for him not to get that moment because he didn't fit their status quo, he was too hood, quote unquote. He wasn't a button-up type of guy. They tried their best to rob a man of the glory. It should have been Marshawn having that MVP, but they cost it and gave it to Tom Brady. It is a game within a game.
Within a game, right?
These coaches
and people forget very quickly, and that's why we have to just remind folks that things are not always the way that sometimes we remember them.
Exactly. That's what folks don't want to admit. Richard Sherman, his face when they threw that pass before and after, before the interception and after, told it all.
Mm-hmm.
First,
Mm-hmm.
he was like, Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
Marshawn Lynch was killing the Patriots defense. He ran like Marshawn alone on offense because Russell Wilson really didn't perform really well in the Super Bowl. Marshawn was trying to take it home for him.
Yep.
He was breaking tackles that doesn't even look humanly possible. He put his body on the line for this arrogant coach to take his moment away. And when that happened, Coach, I like it to watch documentaries, right? Especially NFL, like America's Game, NFL, right? So I look. Do you know the 2014-15 Seahawks? I never watched that.
Mm.
I watch everything else, but I don't watch that. I was so pissed off. I'm not even a Seahawks fan.
Mm.
To what transpired. Still to this day, I do not watch the American Game documentary of the Seahawks versus Patriots.
I heard that. I ain't never watched it either. I'm still mad too. Because I was that's the last team I rooted for. And I rooted for it specifically for two reasons. Pete Carroll and Richard Sherman. Because I knew them both. And but I know how Pete can be single-minded. I know he did it with Texas. Like I said, I watched him do it with SC. So it's surprising.
Paige, unfortunately, I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. my team, man, they out here. I'm just trying to be optimistic, but I got to see it to believe it. You know, Dak in a press conference said, "Yeah, the goal Super Bowls," but of course he got paid. So what else you gonna say? But man, this team, man, you got the Packers, the Rams, 49ers are coming back from all those injuries. Remember, the 49ers had a record number of injuries in the NFL season. They will be back. Buccaneers, like them, love them, hate them. They got a talented team. And it's not just Tom Brady. Tom Brady gets the credit. But that's not the reason why they won that Super Bowl. That defense, Shaq Barrett and company, they're the reason. Because those dudes are dogs. Tom Brady had 200 passing yards in the Super Bowl. And we acting like he Joe Montana.
Man, don't get me started talking about that dude.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Because it ain't right, man, what they trying to do with him.
Right on. Paige says she a Niners fan. Well, y'all need a y'all got a quarterback problem. Y'all need a real quarterback.
I think that's where Russell wants to go.
Oh, they would never do a trade with. They're in the same division. They're in that West.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he wish he could play with Shanahan.
I'm so mad with not mad. I'm just disgusted with Seattle. I mean, it's one thing, to sacrifice maybe a year or 2 years or something like that, but to never shore up that line, never get the proper coaching, never do, just always do everything on the damn cheap. So Russell has to just waste himself and waste his talent and his body. Man, this stuff is just sickening, man.
The Seahawks, they're cheap. Their offensive line is cheap. They lucked up in the draft by getting Metcalf. So he's in a rookie deal. Lockett's their only receiver, but they don't really have a number 3 receiver.
Well, they got the big boy. The big boy.
I told you about Metcalf, the big receiver. Yeah. They got him on a rookie deal though.
Oh, yes, right. He's on a rookie deal. You're right.
This team ain't spend. And guess what their excuse is? Well, Russell Wilson's contract. Come on, man.
Isn't their owner a billionaire?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Never mind.
His sister, because the Allen guy, he died from cancer. So his sister owns it. The sister is even cheaper That's the problem.
Oh, okay. So that's what happened. Okay.
Yeah, because
Paul Allen died. Okay.
Paul Allen, when he was alive, even after they lost to the Patriots, right? They still had teams until he died. When he died, the spending has been cheap for the Seahawks. They're dependent on rookies to pan out. You cannot win. You got a player like Russell Wilson. Any team would love to have a quarterback like that because you could win a championship with him. All they need is 2 left tackles that are Pro Bowlers and a shutdown corner. They can't even do that. 3 players.
Because they're not interested in doing anything to help him do anything.
Nah. You know what it's about, Coach? They're pissed off that they gave Russell Wilson that money. They want to pay. They want to be cheap.
Exactly.
So they told him, we're not going to build around you because of your contract, but you got $1 billion to fund the team and stuff. If you don't want to pay for quarterbacks, don't be in the NFL being an owner.
Pretty much.
And before I go, Coach, Deshaun Watson, you see the Texans saying they're not trading him no matter what.
Would you trade him?
They better trade him because Deshaun's a strong brother mentally.
No, I'm saying, would you trade him?
Would I trade him?
Mm-hmm.
If a player doesn't want to be there, just trade him.
Well, I'm saying, would you trade him? If you was if you was in a position, would you trade him?
Yes, because
for who? For who?
I'll trade him to the Dolphins. I'll get Tua Tagovailoa and I get 4 first-round picks, different drafts.
Okay.
And some second-round picks because they're desperate. Teams are desperate.
Okay, that might work.
But the ego.
Do you think they would do that?
I don't know what the Texans are the dumbest organization in the NFL. They're so prideful. They went in the media. We will not trade Deshaun Watson. They're turning down deals. There was I think the Bears was giving them. I hear a lot of rumors. Multiple first-round picks, multiple second-round picks, and a couple of players. And I heard rumors that they were turning that down. 704 pound Charlotte says Houston has no first or second round picks. Boy, they better pick up that phone.
Wow, no first or second round. Wow.
I mean, that's dead man's land. And next year's quarterback class, Coach, is not as good as this year's. So get you Tua Tagovailoa, trade him to Miami. Get you the draft picks.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna have to do something. I mean, it's not gonna the way it's currently can happen. It ain't gonna stick. That it's got to change. It's a new day. It's a new day. and the dudes with the most equity, you now have to pay. Sorry.
If my Cowboys don't win, because I know they're not gonna win next year, we ain't got no damn defense. I would love for. I'm gonna be biased. I wanted to be a black quarterback. Yeah, I said it.
But who?
I would love to see the Ravens win it because they really Lamar Jackson, man. That's that would piss them off if Lamar Jackson wins a Super Bowl championship.
Yeah, that would be hard. I don't see how they can win it playing that way.
They need to open up the offense. You got Lamar Jackson. He played in the spread offense through Louisville, and they talking about he can't pass. He's been passing since college. Now they're running a pistol offense. That's a college-style offense. They need to switch it up, open the playbook, get Lamar Jackson a number 1 receiver, and I guarantee if they do that, Coach, the Ravens will go to a Super Bowl.
Well, I mean, they got a hell of a defense. I mean, they got one side of the ball already locked down. The problem is that they look like the Milwaukee Bucks on offense. So, I mean,
they sure do.
I mean, that's the problem. You know what I mean? They look like the Milwaukee Bucks, man. Don't we keep telling me about them dudes, man? Hey, the playoff come, they asses strink up, man. I don't understand, man. This is crazy talking to me, these people, man.
They
How
got
you
all
gonna
that talent, Coach
wait a
Joe.
minute, how you gonna run the ball in the playoffs when it's time to get paid on other grown men? Are you that high? What the hell are they smoking? I would love to have a puff. Because that must be some hell of a ganja. This is the stupidest thing I ever heard of in my life. You gonna out muscle your way. You gonna run over everybody to the Super Bowl. Okay. All right. Good luck with that proposition. I'll bet on the dudes who can throw the ball.
Oh Lord.
Because come on, man, they're not in Hawaii. They're in Baltimore. Man, you think you have 3 games of physical hitting in the snow and in the cold, and you think that what's gonna happen?
Oh, Coach Patrick Mahomes. See, because they were like, why would Patrick Mahomes restructure his deal? The restructure doesn't affect his guaranteed money.
Heck no.
So
that's the only money.
Right. And he saw Tom Brady do it. So he's like, okay, I'm going to do it because I don't need them one-upping me. So expect in free agency the Chiefs to go off to get healthier linemen for Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, you know what, DJ? I didn't even watch this silly bowl because when I saw that he was still talking about his toe,
Right.
and he have no tackles, not the left one or the right one. I'm like, wait a minute, what are y'all talking? Then y'all, isn't it 2 weeks before the Super Bowl? You mean nothing happened?
What's called had the ACL tear.
Again, you mean nothing happened?
That's why he's special. And Coach, I'll go out on a limb. I'm gonna stand by it. Patrick Mahomes is the most talented quarterback I've seen.
He is, but not when they didn't crippled him. I agree, but not when they crippled him.
Yeah. Boy, that turf toe ain't no joke, man. Whoever had turf toe in the comment section, that turf toe, man, that's a bitch, man.
Look, man, look. You mean to tell me in 2 weeks' time they can come up with no kind of thing to help it out? Come on, man, don't talk crazy to me. Huh? Where we at? We didn't jump into crazy land all of a sudden or something.
Right.
Okay. When it's time to play, when the money is on the wood, when it's time, when all eyes is watching, what y'all think is going on? Y'all think everybody is just all buttoned up and everybody just straight? Oh, golly, old child, man, come on, man, it's time to win. It's time for immortality, baby. When you win these things, we talking about these chips, man. You go down in history, man. You don't have to buy meals, and you get, it's all kind of things that come with that, man. You don't even understand.
Coach Joe, I remember Michael Irvin. There was a football like, yeah. He had a quote that it stuck with. He said, man, every time he went to a championship game, he had it in his mind. If he didn't go all out, if he made excuses at the Super Bowl, they could never get back. He said, when you get to the Super Bowl, when you get to a championship, you got to treat it like it's all or nothing because you may not even go back to a Super Bowl.
This is what I think that one of my love of sports and why I love sports so much because I've had an opportunity to experience and see some of it at the highest level being played, and to see the process of it. It's a beautiful thing. But I'm always quick to remind myself and others as well. And when we talking about championships and we talking about grown ass men winning these championships, and they out here battling each other to win these championships. Don't get it twisted. This ain't no game. This is about money. Okay, so this is big bank, big bank take little bank. Ain't that what they say? Big bank take little bank. Don't they say that?
You're right. Coach Joe, man, this show has been amazing, my brother, man. The energy has been
Yes, it's been beautiful. The chat has been up. Look at the family. Family's been up with us. Thank you guys so much. You guys are so beautiful. Wouldn't you agree? Case in point, we see you. And 704, appreciate you. Yeah, it's been a beautiful show, DJ. Thank you so much, my brother.
I like how we ended the show. We talking about these brothers empowering their minds, man, especially in the NFL. Do not let the owners punk you. My only advice to the players in free agency: take the 1-year deal, the best guaranteed dollar. You take it.
Facts.
Don't do these 2-year deals and stuff like that. They want you to do that. The TV market will arrive next year after the season.
Facts.
Wait on the TV deal. It's going to be a massive deal.
But remember, we always got to remember, there's always going to be some of them. I mean, what AD sitting right there with the king of how to deal with the money thing, right? What he going to do? What he going to do? Sign a 5-year deal? Come on.
Mm-hmm. You will see that too. I'm shucking and jiving. I got to provide for my family.
Yeah, he did it, didn't
he? $13 million in 1 year can't do that.
He did it. Okay.
Oh yeah, that Amazon TV deal, that's gonna make some bank. They're gonna make some bank from that. They better not sign no 5-year deal, but you know they're gonna do it because they're desperate.
Oh heck yeah!
But
they see what's going on. They see which way the wind is blowing. They just set up if Wealth Engineering is on the line, they just set up the NBA just set up a crypto advisory board to look into cryptocurrency. Man, they doing all kind of stuff. Mark Cuban's team, they're accepting cryptocurrency for tickets, a few other things too, and the website Travelocity to rent to do houses and to rent hotels and cars and travel and tickets and all that. You can use crypto now. This world is changing, people. It's changing. You better wake up.
All righty. Well, peace out, everybody.
Peace out.
Have a blessed
Thank you, DJ.
Already, my brother. Drink some water. Stay blessed. So blessed to have Coach Joe on the show. So blessed to have the subscribers. So blessed to have people like Rev, J&J Video, you name it. Everybody, let's ride out.
Let me tell you something. Back in my day, let me show you.